Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Mark, a trainer here at WEX Field Service Management, and today we are covering maintenance plans basics. This webinar will cover maintenance plan setup, adding maintenance plans with no payment, adding maintenance plans from an invoice to take payment, how to schedule your maintenance plan visits, and then we'll also look at maintenance plan discounts and how you can set up your pricing defaults. We'll do a live Q&A at the end where you'll be able to get your questions answered live on stream. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into WEX FSM. When you first log in, you will be on the schedule page. And we're focusing on maintenance plans. If you have never set up maintenance plans before, the very first thing that I recommend you do is set up your maintenance plan templates. To do this, we will go to More Applications in the main navigation, Maintenance Plans. That will bring you to the maintenance plan template page. This is like an admin page where you're setting up all of your maintenance plan offerings. And then these will be the templates that are available when you're actually selling the maintenance plans. To create a new maintenance plan template, you will click New Maintenance Plan. Fill out all of the information, select all of the fields, and click Save Maintenance Plan. That will bring you back to the maintenance plan list. And then you will see all examples of your maintenance plan templates here. We do have a example we're going to use today just to dive deeper into how you might want to set up your plans, and we'll use the Comfort Club plan as our example. I'm just going to click on the name, and that will open up the template so we can edit it. Now, plan name and plan description will be customer facing. When you add this as a product to your proposals and invoices, you will be able to see the name and the description. Typically for the description, you're putting customer facing verbiage in here. It's going to be either what you are offering to them. And if you want to have pricing in here for your customer to see, you can have that. If you don't want to put pricing, that's fine. You could just put the services that you're offering, but just know this is what you would probably be using to sell this to the customer as well. If they're looking at the invoice and they see all the things that are coming with this, you can put that info here and it's very easy for them to read. The color code, each time a maintenance plan is attached to a customer in WEX FSM, it will have a star next to their name all throughout the system. That way, at first glance, you can tell that they have a maintenance plan, and then you can update the color code so you can know at a glance which maintenance plan they're on. So for the Comfort Club plan, we've selected blue. If you click into this field, you can click around to change what color that is. And then when you hit save, it will update that color. Contract length. So this one is important. This is the length of the contract. And what that means is, for example, if I set the contract to 1 year, after a year, this will be expired. This will go into an expired status in your system, and you will need to sign them up for another year. And then we have different intervals of years, but it's the same process. You know, if you choose 5 years, after 5 years, then the plan will be marked as expired, and you would sign them up, let's say, for another 5 years. When you select these, whatever contract length you set, when I sell this plan, it will automatically set up jobs for each service visit that you're going to do. And so we are going to scroll down a little bit here and talk about this. So the service windows, for example here, we have 2 service windows for the Comfort Club plan. And this is saying we're going to go out and do the actual service, the visit, between January and June. And if you're in the HVAC industry, maybe you're going to do some AC work, AC cleaning. And then in the fall, between July and December, we're going to go out and do the heat cleaning. When I attach this maintenance plan to the customer, it will create an AC cleaning job and a heat cleaning job. These are the jobs you will use when you send your technician out to actually do those services. And in a little bit, we're going to show how that comes into play when we actually look at how you schedule your maintenance plans. So just keep that in mind. If I have, let's say, 10 service windows, we're going to go out 10 times. Maybe this is a commercial customer, and I choose 1 year, it's going to make 10 jobs in your system. And those will just sit there until it's time for you to schedule, and you'll use those. If I do, 2 years, it will make 20 jobs, and so on. Until canceled, we'll set out the next 20 years of service. It will create 20 years of job windows, and there's no renewal. You don't have to think about it. It's just going to continue. This is best paired with our recurring maintenance plan payment plan. So you can sign customers up for a recurring payment plan, take their uh, card, credit, debit card information, or even their bank account information, set an interval. You can charge them weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and then it will just auto charge. And there is a place where you can look to see where look at those transactions to make sure that those are going through. But the reason why that is best paired with until canceled is because it won't go to expired. It's just going to charge them at the interval you set, and you will just continue to use these jobs that are created for the next 20 years, essentially. The annual price is also very important. This is really personal preference, how you want to price your maintenance plans. But let's talk about how this works and some options of how you may want to do it yourself. If I set a price here, then that is really easy for my technicians in the field. I'm basically saying you sign up for the Comfort Club plan. We're going to come out twice a year. Here's all the things that we're going to look for. And you pay $100, and that will cover you for the year. If you're doing it this way, you may want to make multiple versions of the same template because we all know everyone has a different assemblage of systems. So you could make a Comfort Club plan 1 system, Comfort Club plan 2 system, Comfort Club plan 3 system, etc. And then you would just update the price. So in this scenario, you are putting a price and you are creating multiple templates based on the amount of systems. The benefit of this is it's really easy for your technicians in the field. They don't have to do any math. They just will click the drop down, select the amount of systems for the plan that they want, and then charge the customer. For some of my customers, that works great. That's exactly how they want it. For some of my other customers, there are so many different assemblages of equipment that you would have to make, essentially an infinite amount of templates to cover all the different options you see at your customers' locations. In this case, you can just set this template to $0, and then your technician would just look at what is in front of them, determine based on your pricing what the price will be, and update that pricing in the moment. So it's another way you can do this. You can just set your templates to $0. The benefit of that is it gives a little more customization. So in the moment, you can just price per customer, but you would have to do the math in the field. So this is expecting that your technicians will be able to know your pricing or reference your pricing somehow and create the pricing in the moment themselves. So those are some options for setting up pricing. If you are syncing to QuickBooks, you do want to let the system know where you want the revenue to sync to in QuickBooks, and that is what this field is for, income account. So we have a job income account. All revenue from maintenance plans will go into that job account. Do you charge taxes? Yes or no? And if you set someone up, you know what? Actually, this, don't look at that. This right here, auto send renewal reminders. This is something that we are testing. I am in a test account, but it is something in the future that we are going to offer. We are working on it. It's something that a lot of our customers want. And basically, the functionality of this will be you can set auto renewal reminders. So if you get to the end of a contract before it expires, the system will just automatically send a renewal reminder to your customer so they can sign up again and save you some time having to reach out to customers. That is not available right now. You will not see that in your system. It's just the test software that we're using. This is what the product team is working on right now. Terms will be the legal stuff. So if you already have some terms and agreements, you can copy and paste those into here. You can just type them directly. Or if you want, you can choose to upload a PDF. I know some of my customers in the past, they have said, we spent some money on marketing materials and we have a really nice brochure of our maintenance plan and what we offer and pricing and all of that. If you have something like that that you want to attach, you can just attach that here. When you send the proposal or invoice out to the customer, it will first show the job form, which will show them, the pricing and the maintenance plan name and description. But then attached to that will be whatever you upload here. We talked about service windows. Just another tip for service windows. By default, when you hit add, this will all be empty, and you'll just want to select the range, the date range that you will go out and provide the service. And I highly recommend that you give it a job name. And it can be something like, visit one, visit two. It doesn't have to be AC cleaning, heat cleaning. You name this whatever makes sense for you and whatever you want to recall when you go to actually schedule. You'll see the jobs and you'll be able to select easily if you name it appropriately here. To get rid of a service window, you just click the X and that will go away. Service window job type. This is for reporting. I created a maintenance job type. And then now every time I create a template, I tag it as maintenance here. When I create a job, and let's say I sell the maintenance plan, it will update the job to a maintenance job type. And then when you go to look for your maintenance, or if you want to look at your reports, you can filter by job type. So if you choose maintenance here, you'll be able to look at your reporting, update the filter to maintenance, and then see data about all of your maintenance plans you've offered your customers. Last thing here, appointment duration default. This is just to help save some time while scheduling. If I schedule a maintenance plan visit, it will default to whatever I set here. So maybe for this template, this is the Comfort Club Plan 1 system, and we want that to be 1 hour. But if it's a Maintenance Plan 3 systems, maybe I want to bump that up to, 2.5 to 3 hours. When I go to schedule, it will just pre-populate the duration I have set here, and that's one less field you have to fill out. When you're done, always make sure you click Save Maintenance Plan. When you do, that will save that to your list here. And then these will be available on your proposals and invoices to attach to the customer and sell the plan. Last thing on this, if you set until canceled, you will be able to see it says 20 years as the contract length here. So at a glance, I can see all of my until canceled plans. say 20 years. You don't have to do just 2 service windows. You can do as many service windows as you want. If you're working with a commercial customer, maybe you're going to go out quarterly and you would just set up those time frames. I've even had customers who say, we go out once a month for some of our customers. So you would literally just set the windows to January, February to February, and so on, and you would have 12 service windows. All right. If you want to delete a plan, you just click the minus sign here and archive. It won't fully delete. We still do want historical record of this being used, so you will see that in the system. So if I archive one of these, it will no longer show up to offer for new customers, but anyone who was signed up on that plan previously, you'll see that in your system still. It will just say archived next to the name. Okay. So that is an overview of setting up your maintenance plan templates. Now let's take a look at how this works in context when selling to our customers. So we're going to go through quite a few options, but the first option is for anyone who is newer. Maybe you are in onboarding and you know that you have some maintenance plans that are already paid for in your previous software, and you want to get those backdated in WEX FSM. So you have, a record of your current maintenance plans, which maybe you've already completed some services for. To do this, let's go to our customer, Mary Smith. I just typed Mary in the search bar here and went to Mary Smith's customer page. Every customer page has a maintenance plans tab, so you can click on maintenance plans here and see any plans that they have. Now, this scenario is we just want to add a maintenance plan to the customer with no payment. We're just going to add it. Some examples is maybe the scenario is this customer, you need to backdate. They've already paid for the plan, but you want to get the plan added to their account so you can schedule their fall maintenance when it comes time for that. Maybe you're offering a free plan as part of a promotion. You're going in, you're doing an install for somebody, and you say, hey, if you sign up for our maintenance plan, we'll offer that to you for free if you upgrade to this system, however you want to work it, but it would be offering a free plan. And then any backdating of plans that you would bring over from previous software. To start, let's go to the maintenance plan tab and click the plus button here. You will choose the plan name. So let's say we're going to sign them up for the Comfort Club plan. All the information is in here and correct. But if this customer has already paid for this, we don't need to charge them again. So we will make this a $0 price point. And if this is a plan that you're backdating, then you can adjust the start date. So let's say we sign them up for this right at the beginning of the year, January 6th. So there we go. If you want to, you can select a sales agent. Maybe you're giving like a commission to your technicians for selling plans. You can track them here. And then down below, you can grab a signature from the customer and say that they agree to the terms and conditions. You do not have to get a signature. You can just bypass that by clicking next. And then service. So these are the service windows. Typically, you sign the customer up for the plan, and then you go out when it's actually time to do the service windows. This is saying we'll go there between January and June and between July and December. If for this particular customer, I need to add another service window, I just click that, and this will customize it for this customer, but not update your original admin page settings. And then this is important as well. First service window. What's the first service you're going to do? So we are in March currently. So January to June is most likely when we would do the first visit. But maybe you are going to start in later in the year and you would select that one. Click next. What this is asking is who is the main point of contact that you're going to reach out to when it comes time to actually schedule the appointment. Click next. And then payment. So for this particular scenario, we know that the customer has already paid, or we're offering this for free, so we're not going to take a payment. So we will choose not now, and we can see the balance is already 0. So we will hit done. That now has attached the plan to the customer. We can see that it created 2 jobs for us, the AC cleaning job and the heat cleaning job. These will sit here ready and waiting for you to schedule. And if you want, you can schedule them right from the customer page. You can just click on the calendar icon here and schedule. Now, in this scenario, let's say I am backdating a plan. This customer has already paid. We have already completed the spring visit. We still need to do the fall visit, but I need my system to reflect this. So I'm going to schedule this first visit, and I know that we went there in January. Let's say that we did the first visit when they signed up. So that's already done. Let's set our technician. I know we went there between 11 and 12 on the 6th of January. Add any notes that you want, and then hit schedule. This is going to say that it is scheduled, but we know it's complete. So all we need to do, click it, click the little calendar, and change the appointment status to complete and save. So that now we've officially backdated this plan for Mary. So we can see we've already done the AC cleaning. It's complete. She's already paid for this plan. And we will need to go in the fall to do the heat cleaning. And this will show up in our maintenance plan scheduling report, which we'll look at in just a little bit. So that is adding a plan with no invoice, and we are not taking payment. So that's one example. Another way you can do this is you do want to take payment. To take payment in WEX FSM, the easiest way to do this is through an invoice, and you can very easily add maintenance plans through an invoice. So let's take a look at how to do that. Let's use our customer Justin here for today's example. And I want to show you just from scratch. So I'm on the customer page, and maybe I'm talking to Justin and he says, I would love to sign up for your maintenance plan. You know, my neighbor told me about it. It sounds like a good thing. Let's do it. The first thing you want to do is create a job with an invoice so we can add the maintenance plan to the invoice and charge the customer. To do this, from the customer page, you will click Create New Job Form. It's the last option in Quick Actions here. So click Create New Job Form. And what this will do, we want to create a new job. I know that I'm making this to sell a maintenance plan, so I will select maintenance as the job type, and I can even put maintenance plan as the job name. So if I'm looking through all the jobs we've done for them over the year, I can see the job where we sold the maintenance plan. And to take payment, we need an invoice. So we're going to do create new invoice. Click on that. What this is doing is it created a job, and we're going to now fill out the invoice. Just as a pro tip, you can be creating an invoice for a job that you're doing for someone, add a maintenance plan as a recommendation to it, and then the customer can accept, which will allow them to pay for the service that you're doing for them, which is maybe unrelated to the maintenance plan. And in addition to that, sell the maintenance plan. And the example we're doing today, we're just selling the maintenance plan. But I do like to let y'all know it works in many different scenarios. I'm a technician. I'm out here. We're fixing, the sink, but I'm also going to sell a maintenance plan at the same time. To sell the maintenance plan, you will want to scroll down and on the invoice, click recommend a maintenance plan. Maybe this is you in the office selling the plan or the field technician out in the field. It will be the same process. From the invoice, click recommend a maintenance plan. Then select the plan. We'll use our Comfort Club plan today. Since I set up my template correctly, I already know this is all correct, so I don't need to make any changes here. So we'll hit save. And saving it is going to put it as a recommended item. This is typically for you to show this to your customer. If you sign up for the Comfort Club plan, it'll be 1 year, will come out twice a year. It's $100. If they say, yeah, let's do it, you will then attach it to the customer by clicking sign up now. And then this is where you go through the details. This is the same module that we saw from the customer page. So just to reiterate, we have our plan selected. Any changes or updates that you need to make will be unique for this customer and not update your admin page. You already know this is the start and end date, so you don't need to touch that. It's going to be $100, and you can grab a signature if you want. Click next. We're going to come out, do the AC cleaning in the spring, then the heat cleaning in the fall. Our first visit is January to June. This is who we're contacting when it's time to actually schedule the appointments. And then for payment, we're going to do on invoice and click done. This now moves it from the recommended section up to the product section. So now we're officially charging the customer $100 today for the Comfort Club plan. Now that we have this, we will scroll down and take payment. You can pay now, which will process through WEX FSM and send the money to your bank account, or record payment, which basically just records that the payment has been accepted, but you would still need to process that somewhere else. An example, if someone pays with cash, you still need to take that cash to the bank to get it into your account, but you want to record that you took that payment. And you can also send the invoice to the customer and they'll be able to pay online. And that is the same as Pay Now, which it will process through WEX FSM and send the money to your bank account. For today's example, let's do record payment. Click record payment. If they did not sign this, it will let you know. So this, you can just bypass it, but I do highly recommend you grab signatures from your customer anytime you have a contract. Let's click yes to move forward. And for taking the payment, we know that this is the invoice we want to pay. Your system knows, so that's pre-selected. And your system knows that you are applying this payment to the maintenance plan. So that is already pre-selected here. Choose your payment method. Let's say they paid with a check today. And then hit record payment. And there we go. If you look, Justin now has a blue star next to his name. If I hover over that star, it lets me know he's on the Comfort Club plan. And we've got our invoice here and payment. And this is our documentation of selling the plan. So there you go. We have now officially sold a plan, taken payment from an invoice. And now that Justin is signed up and paid for, we as a company now need to go and provide those services when it comes time. There are a couple ways that you can schedule maintenance plan visits, and the two main ways are doing it from the individual customer page or doing it from the maintenance plan scheduling report. So let's take a look at both. If we need to schedule this, and actually, I'm just going to give you some pro tips here. We just sold the maintenance plan to Justin. We don't plan to actually do his first visit until, let's say a couple weeks from now. If you want, you can come down here to appointments and service requests and pre-create the appointments as service requests. Then when it's actually time to schedule, you can just drag and drop those over from the work queue when you're on the schedule page. If you want to do this, you can. Some of my customers really enjoy doing this. You do not have to do this. But I know that we owe Justin two services. So I'm going to click New Service Request here. And this is pretty interesting. Maybe I want this to show up in my reports as maintenance, but I can also tag this as, well, I thought we had, there we go, visit one if I want. And then you'll see this is the appointment for visit one. And when you create the second appointment, it's for visit two. And we're just going to keep this as a service request for now because we're not sure the date, time, or technician just yet. And then click save. And so that is now a service request, and this is ready to be edited in the future. If we go back to Justin Hernandez's customer page and click on maintenance plans, if you, let's say Justin calls, hey, I signed up for the maintenance plan and I am going to go on vacation in a couple weeks. I'd actually like you guys to do it before I leave. Is that possible? No problem. You look him up, go to his customer page, and do the scheduling right from here. You can click on the calendar, and we showed an example of this earlier, and you just create the appointment right from here. If you want to do this in bulk, you would do that from the reporting page, maintenance plan scheduling, or maintenance plan appointment scheduling report. So click on reporting and then go to maintenance plan appointment scheduling. If you're the one in charge of keeping track of who you owe a service to and contacting the customers and scheduling the actual visits to get your technicians out there, this is going to be your best friend. This is a really great page for scheduling and seeing who you owe a service to. By default, it's going to show you all current and future maintenance plan statuses and current and next. But usually when you're on this page, a use case for this would be, who do I owe a service to right now? Who are we within their service window? So we will get rid of future and we will get rid of next, because what we want is everyone who has a current maintenance plan, meaning it is not expired, and who are we within the current service window. And here they are. This is everyone that we owe a service to right now. And then I am able to see that for many of these, they are already complete. So I do not need to reach out to these customers because the appointment status is already complete. That means we already went out and did this. If you want, you can also put appointment status as unscheduled, which will remove any that you have completed. So this is a true value of everyone we currently owe a service to. A good way to use this page, you can either individually reach out to each customer using the contact info on the side here. And as you're talking to them, you can just do the scheduling by clicking unscheduled. And now you use the schedule modal to schedule the maintenance plan. The reason why I like doing it from here is because it will automatically select the correct maintenance job, as opposed to doing it from the schedule page, which you technically can do, but it has new job selected. So you might accidentally create a job that's not the maintenance job. So it's nice doing it from here because the correct job is already pre-populated. Or you can send out reminders in bulk. So you can click send notifications, select all, review, and send. That will send a reminder to the customer, letting them know that they are within their window for maintenance service and they need to reach out to you. And then they reach out to you, you can come right back to this page to schedule. So that is another way that you can schedule, is from the maintenance plan appointment scheduling report. We have one more topic we're going to talk about before we get into our Q&A, and that is setting up your pricing defaults for a maintenance plan discount. To do this, we will go to More Applications, Price Book, Pricing Defaults. And then right here, we can see maintenance plan price. For those of you who are newer to WEX FSM, you may have not seen this before. The way that this works, maintenance plan price right here, this is saying that, well, let's explain this first. So this page is where you set up your pricing defaults. Standard price is going to be the standard pricing for the products in your price book, and you set your markup. And if I have an item that costs me $100, if the markup is 1.5, we will charge the customer $150. If they are a maintenance plan customer, however, it will automatically update the pricing to the maintenance plan price, which in this case would give them a 10% discount. This is a great selling tool. If you offer maintenance plans, it's always good to have some type of perk or discount so your customers can feel special, that, you are part of our Comfort Club plan. We come out twice a year to maintenance your systems, but in addition to that, you will also get 10% off any parts that, we need to purchase to, resolve your issues. Your system will automatically apply the maintenance plan pricing if the customer is a maintenance plan customer. If they are not a maintenance plan customer, it will, on your proposal and invoices, say available savings. So it will still show them the savings that they would get if they signed up and became a maintenance plan customer. And so that's where you set it. Maybe your percentage is higher or lower than this. This is where you can customize it. Any customization you do, just make sure that you hit save. When I sell a maintenance plan to the customer, if they, before they sign up, it will show the price and say available savings. If they are a maintenance plan customer, it will just automatically apply those savings. Okay, that is all the information that we have for today's presentation. I hope this was helpful for you. We are going to move to our Q&A now, but before we do that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining. My name is Mark with WEX Field Service Management, and this has been Maintenance Plans Basics.